When people picture Asia, they often think of Singapore's sparkling skylines straight out of a sci-fi movie or Malaysia's vibrant markets overflowing with cultural charm. But trust me, visiting these places and actually living there, two entirely different worlds. How do they stack up in daily life? What surprising similarities do they share? And more importantly, which one might be your perfect fit? I'm Matt, and today on Places to Go, we're diving deep into Singapore and Malaysia, neighbors that seem worlds apart, but might have more in common than you realize. If you're considering a move, embracing the remote work lifestyle, or just curious to see beyond the postcard views, stick around. This one's for you. If you're the type who dreams of a world where trains run on time and public transit feels like first-class travel, welcome to Singapore. The MRT isn't just transportation. It's practically a national sport. It's spotlessly clean, lightning fast, well-marked, and punctual to the second. Honestly, it's like living in a perfectly engineered simulation. Need to get from Marina Bay to Chinatown at 11 p.m.? No sweat. Just hop on, relax in air-conditioned bliss, and you'll be there before you can say, did I just teleport? But let's be real. Nothing this good comes cheap. Fancy owning your own wheels? Prepare for sticker shock. Buying a car in Singapore isn't expensive because of the car itself. It's thanks to a little piece of paper called the Certificate of Entitlement, or COE. Think of it as a golden ticket, except Willy Wonka charges over $100,000 for it. The entire system is cleverly designed so you don't really need a car. But if you insist, you'll be paying luxury prices, even if you're buying a Honda. Malaysia, meanwhile, offers a completely different flavor. Kuala Lumpur has its own LRT and buses, sure, but reliability can sometimes be, well, adventurous. Stations occasionally double as saunas due to the spotty air conditioning, and peak hour commuting can feel like competing in an Olympic sport called how many people fit in a single car. Renovations seem eternal at some stops, so expect occasional detours in your daily commute. But don't let that discourage you. Malaysia makes up for it with sheer flexibility. Grab, Southeast Asia's answer to Uber, is everywhere and ridiculously cheap. Electric scooters are rentable by the minute, zipping you around traffic effortlessly. And if you're traveling city to city, Malaysia's bus network is comfortable, surprisingly efficient, and shockingly affordable. How cheap? Well, you can easily snag an inner-city ticket for under $10, less than you'd spend on a fancy latte back home. Let's put it out there. Singapore is incredible. It's bright, it's clean, hyper-efficient, and feels like it jumped right out of a futuristic postcard. But guess what? All that shiny perfection doesn't come cheap. In fact, one of the most expensive places on earth. Renting even a tiny apartment can set you back over $2,000 a month. And we're not talking about penthouses, folks. That's just for a decent location. Eating out at restaurants often costs twice what you'd pay across the border in Malaysia. Sure, the local hawker centers offer mouth-watering dishes at reasonable prices, but make no mistake, your cash here evaporates faster than ice cream on an orchard road. Now, to be fair, salaries are significantly higher here. A tech or finance job in Singapore can easily earn you between $7,000 to $10,000 a month. But let's be honest, not everyone steps off the plane with that golden ticket. Now hop across the causeway to Malaysia and things look dramatically different. Here, affordability is the name of the game. A modern apartment in Kuala Lumpur, less than $400 per month. Street food that's as tasty as it is cheap? We're talking $2 meals, my friends. Love cooking? Malaysian supermarkets will have you smiling at checkout with fresh produce at prices Singaporeans can only dream of. But as always, there's a trade-off. Local salaries here are noticeably lower. If you're earning a Malaysian paycheck, you'll definitely feel the pinch. But if you're a digital nomad, retiree, or anyone lucky enough to earn income from abroad, living in Malaysia can feel like you've just won the economic lottery. When it comes to education, Singapore isn't messing around. Its students consistently top global rankings in science, math, and reading. Basically, they're the kids you wished would help you cheat on exams. Universities like NUS and NTU aren't just good, they're world class. But here's the catch. Academic excellence comes with intense pressure. Kids in Singapore start chasing perfection early, turning schools into mini training grounds for future Einsteins. Work opportunities? This is where Singapore shines the brightest. Industries like fintech, biomedicine, and artificial intelligence are booming. But heads up, it's fiercely competitive. Landing a job here usually requires a visa and a company sponsor who has to prove no local can do your job. Easy, right? Hop next door to Malaysia and things get a bit more laid back. Education here is solid, but without that relentless pressure cooker vibe. That's why you'll meet plenty of international students strolling around campuses in Kuala Lumpur. And when it comes to work, Malaysia opens doors in tourism, education, tech startups, and freelancing. Plus, they've got this handy little thing called the Malaysia My Second Home program, making residency easier if you have some savings stashed away. Basically, if flexibility and affordability are your thing, Malaysia has you covered. Living in Singapore honestly feels like stepping onto the set of a sci-fi film. Everything's safe, sparkling clean, and eerily predictable. Stroll around at midnight? Sure thing. It's probably safer than your living room. A list of rules you might find a bit extreme. Chewing gum? Nope. It's banned since the early 90s. Eating on the subway? Better not get caught. And littering? Hope you're ready to empty your wallet because fines here are no joke. For some, Singapore is pure utopia. For others, it can feel a bit like living inside a luxurious but very strict cage. Malaysia, meanwhile, feels like the lively, colorful sibling who refuses to follow the rules. Life here is noisy, chaotic, and unapologetically authentic. Wander through bustling street markets, past temples sharing streets with mosques, and experience a vibrant blend of cultures coexisting in daily harmony. As for safety, it's generally good, but you'll need to keep your street smarts handy, especially late at night or in certain neighborhoods. The trade-off is a warm, relaxed atmosphere that feels more human, more spontaneous, and frankly, a whole lot more fun. Now, despite all their contrasts, Singapore and Malaysia actually share quite a few fascinating similarities. For starters, both countries were once British colonies, meaning you'll spot English everywhere, from street signs to daily conversations. Foodies, you're in luck. Both offer incredibly diverse, mouth-watering cuisines that'll keep you constantly coming back for seconds. And if nature's your thing, each country provides stunning outdoor escapes. Think lush rainforests, pristine beaches, and picture-perfect parks. On top of that, both Singapore and Malaysia serve as ideal jumping-off points for exploring the rest of Southeast Asia. And perhaps most importantly, they share a genuine and visible respect for cultural diversity, something you'll feel immediately, whether you're strolling through Kuala Lumpur's street markets or exploring Singapore's multicultural neighborhoods. So should you actually set down roots in Singapore or Malaysia, or are these places better left for a quick visit? Well, that depends entirely on you. If you're craving stability, cleanliness, and order, and maybe you've got a solid job offer lined up, Singapore might just be your version of paradise. But if your dream involves a wallet-friendly lifestyle, laid-back vibes, and a generous serving of local culture, Malaysia is probably calling your name. And if you're just stopping by, well, you're in luck, because both countries offer truly unforgettable experiences. A quick weekend in Singapore can feel like stepping onto a sci-fi movie set, while a week in Malaysia promises vibrant cultures, breathtaking beaches, and meals you'll be talking about long after your flight home. Before we wrap things up, let's dive into some of the quirky and surprising things that really set Singapore and Malaysia apart. These little details aren't just interesting, They reflect the unique personalities of each country. In Singapore, you have the chewing gum ban. Believe it or not, Singapore banned chewing gum back in 1992 to keep its streets immaculate. Want gum today? You'll need a medical prescription. Seriously, strict fines. Singapore loves rules almost as much as cleanliness. Littering, jaywalking, or even feeding pigeons can land you hefty fines. Feeding pigeons alone can cost you 500 Singaporean dollars. Those better be some grateful pigeons. Singlish. Ever heard of Singlish? It's Singapore's funky, playful blend of English mixed with Malay, Chinese dialects, and Tamil. Authorities aren't big fans, but locals absolutely love it. Universal Studios Singapore. On Sentosa Island, you'll find Southeast Asia's one and only Universal Studios, home to 24 rides spread across 7 theme zones. Roller coasters and street cleaning robots, what a combo. In Malaysia, you have the cultural melting pot. First Blend comes alive in vibrant festivals, delicious cuisines, and breathtaking architecture. Petronas Twin Towers. Once the tallest buildings on Earth, these iconic twin towers in Kuala Lumpur still hold the title of tallest twin structures worldwide. Perfect for selfies that screamed, "I've arrived."
So, I'm in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur.
Ice kacang, Malaysia's favorite dessert. Shaved ice piled high with colorful syrup, sweet corn, red beans, and jellies. It might sound unusual, but trust me, it's delicious. Pointing etiquette. Quick tip, pointing with your index finger is considered rude here. Instead, use your thumb with your fingers gently folded. Congratulations, you're officially a pointing pro. And there you have it, Singapore and Malaysia. 2 neighbors, each brimming with their own unique adventures, flavors, and unforgettable quirks. Honestly, you can't go wrong with either one. If you enjoyed exploring them as much as I did, hit that thumbs up button, share it with a friend who's considering the big move, and don't forget to subscribe. I promise more incredible journeys are on the way. Until next time, I'm Matt, and these are your places to go.